What's up, party people? This is Jason White, CEO and founder of Witness Riches, the 700 Club. I want you to know that this is my third attempt trying to make this video. Yesterday, I recorded it, got it on the first take. However, the mic wasn't on, so I'm trying this again, okay? And bear with me, but I'm gonna get through this, all right? I wanna share something with you that's gonna help you get a better understanding of the time frame when it comes to repairing your credit. A lot of people are looking for the quick fix, and unfortunately that quick fix does not provide lasting results, and sometimes it can put you in a deeper hole than where you are, sometimes in prison. Okay, nobody wants to be in that hole. Anyway, so today I'm going to be talking about the credit repair strategy that you should be aiming for when trying to leverage the Fair Credit Reporting Act. There are 3 criteria under the Fair Credit Reporting Act that your credit report must meet. It must be 100% accurate, 100% timely, and 100% verifiable. And in this video, I'm going to share you exactly what each of those components mean and how you can use them to your advantage to get information removed off your credit report. A lot of people will sign up for our credit repair service, and they have this expectation of a credit sweep, adding age trade lines to the credit report, and all of that janky mess that a lot of people share with them. One thing that I want you to be wary of is anyone who is offering credit sweeps or offering to sell you age trade lines. There's a big possibility that they may be janky, okay? And you want to be careful because real credit repair involves leveraging what is called the Fair Credit Reporting Act. The Fair Credit Reporting Act is a consumer law here to protect you and your credit and making sure that you are not being taken advantage of by having inaccurate information on your credit report, okay? Under the Fair Credit Reporting Act, your credit report must meet 3 criteria. It must be 100% accurate, it must be 100% timely, and it also must be 100% verifiable. And at any point it does not meet those 3 criteria, then the information that is reporting about you is in violation of this law, and you can get it removed, okay? So the thing that I want to share with you really quick is, what do they mean by accuracy, timeliness, and to be verified? I want to share with you what that means really quick so you can get an idea of what you're really doing when you are legally repairing your credit. Credit repair is all about leveraging a consumer law called the Fair Credit Reporting Act. This is basically in place so that credit bureaus and furnishers who report information about you can't report information that is hurting you but has no basis, okay? And basically what we do is, and what people who are trying to repair their own credit, you're trying to leverage this law to your advantage so that you can get information that's hurting your credit score removed off your credit report so your credit worthiness can improve, okay? And understanding that there's tons of information on your credit report that must be accurate or must meet the criteria under the Fair Credit Reporting Act, a lot of times companies, furnishers who report information about you, they're breaking the law, okay? And understanding this, people like me, or if you do your research, eventually like you're able to leverage this law and get that information removed from your credit report. Please allow me to explain this. Accuracy. These are facts, okay? A company cannot say that you have a $1,000 credit card balance when the credit card balance is actually $500. If they report that the balance is $1,000 and your limit is $1,000, that means you're maxed out. Your credit utilization is at 100%, and it's going to hurt your credit score, okay? Now, what needs to happen is accurate information must be reported that way that your credit worthiness or your credit score is deemed accurate as well. The thing is, because 3 out of 4 credit reports show inaccurate information, many of the time, many times, damn it, why can't I talk? Often, okay, so because 3 out of 4 credit reports show inaccurate information, what we found is that a lot of times inaccurate information is shared about you too, okay? And because that's hurting your credit worthiness and potentially hurting your ability to leverage your credit score and obtain a line of credit so that you can improve your standard of living or improve your community, okay? And because we want to get that corrected so it can show potential creditors a true understanding of how you pay your bills, okay? And at any point you have inaccurate information on your credit report, if it's hurting your credit score, it won't give creditors a true understanding of how you manage your bills, which can hurt your ability, okay? Everything on your credit report must be 100% accurate. A collection company cannot buy an account from a creditor that was written off and change information about you and get away with that, okay? It must be 100% accurate, and at any point that information is not accurate, it is in violation of the Fair Credit Reporting Act, which is a law, okay? And you can get that information removed. Also, we have timeliness. Everything on your credit report must meet a certain standard, okay? Derogatory information can remain on your credit report for 7 years to 10 years, okay? Typically 7 years, and what we found is a lot of times these companies will report information about you, right? And they will try to make it seem more recent than what it actually is. And the reason they make it seem more recent is the more recent information is on your credit report, the more it negatively or positively impacts your credit score, because credit bureaus grade you off of recent activity, all right? And if they have an old account that occurred 10, 7 years ago, if they report it, it's not going to have a huge impact on your credit score, which won't motivate you to try to contact them to pay the account. So what they do is they will change the date of last activity to make it seem like a more recent account. And when they add it to your credit report, it has a huge impact on your credit score, and your credit score drops 50 to 100 points. And the next thing you know, you find yourself calling these people, making payment arrangements. But in reality, you should have never made that payment arrangement because they're reporting information that's not true, okay? And at all times, the information that they report has to meet the timeliness rule, meaning that it must basically correlate with the date of last activity. So, for example, the credit card that we were talking about that you had recently, let's say that you decided that you weren't going to pay that bill, you were unable to pay that bill for 5 years, right? So the date of last activity was 5 years ago. However, the collection company obtains that debt, they buy it, and then they report on your credit report. However, instead of having the date of last activity report as 5 years ago, they make it seem more recent, as if the date of last activity was 3 months ago. So instead of it reporting on your credit report and hardly having an impact on your score, it has a great impact on your score. And then next thing you know, you call them up to make a payment arrangement. However, in reality, they should have abided under the Fair Credit Reporting Act and reported accurate information, and you probably wouldn't have been intrigued to actually contact them or communicate with them some kind of payment arrangement, because it didn't have an impact on your credit score. But because they broke the law, now you're in a position where you're coming out of pocket for something that you probably don't have to pay. And what we do is we look at this information and we try to, use this strategy to get that date of last activity corrected, or we use it to get it removed off your credit report because they broke the law, okay? And that's another piece of criteria that you want to make sure that is true on your credit report, because if it isn't, you may be being taken advantage of by janky debt collectors or companies who are reporting information about you. The last criteria is the account must be 100% verifiable, meaning that if I see information on my credit report that I don't necessarily agree with, and I dispute the account with the credit bureaus, and next thing you know, it comes back, I get the results, and on the result form, it says that this account has been verified, this account is not going anywhere, it's remaining on your credit report. I have the right to contact the furnisher and request that they provide me documentation on how they came up with whatever they're reporting, okay? And to be 100% verifiable means that they can provide that documentation. Otherwise, how are you proving that this information is accurate? If you don't have, documentation that provides proof of what you're reporting, then this account is unverifiable, which means that it could be inaccurate information. It's in violation of the Fair Credit Reporting Act. And because so, you can get that removed off your credit report. The thing about credit repair is you want to use the criteria under the Fair Credit Reporting Act to your advantage. The only issue is it takes time, okay? You have to mail a letter to the credit bureaus, and then you have to give them 30 days to send the information to the furnishers and get verification, okay? So that's a 30-day lag. So we disputed the account, gave them 30 days, and then the credit bureau sends you information in the mail. So that probably took 35, 40 days. And next thing you know, you didn't get the result that you wanted. So what do? You analyze the credit report and you repeat. Like, hey, this information isn't right. Fix this. So you have to give them another 30 days. And then they still don't get it right. And now you have to contact the original furnisher, the furnisher who's reporting the information, excuse me. You have to contact them and ask them, how are you reporting this information? Like, show me proof. And then you have to give them another 30 days. And then they may drag their feet and, send you some, stall letter saying, hey, we need more information to process this dispute. Please send it to us, and then, we'll look further into this. So that takes 30 days, and then you send them that information, and that's another 30 days, and then that's another 30 days. Next thing you know, you just wasted, 120 days on disputing this information and still didn't really make the progress that you wanted to, okay? And then the thing about that is, let's say they are able to provide that proof after that point. Now what do? Now you have to negotiate a payment for deletion. You send them a negotiation letter, which they don't have to accept. And if they don't accept it, you have to go back to the drawing board, figure out what you can do, and then possibly go back in and negotiate again. Another 30 days goes by, okay? And then you're doing this for every account. So with credit repair, it's all about strategy. And the thing is, you want to make sure that your strategy is going to allow you to save time, but also make sure that it's going to get you results. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But the thing about credit repair is, like I said, it's a long game, and you have to be persistent. And when companies or furnishers aren't reporting information accurately, and you're abiding under the law by, following the credit repair process legitimately, however, you're still not getting the results that you should be getting, now you have to ask for the big guns to come in. Either you sue them, or you ask for the FTC to intervene and help you. But again, that's another 30-day process, all right? So everything you do, there's going to be about a 30-day lag in between, because under the Fair Credit Reporting Act, they need that time to investigate, because millions of people are also disputing accounts, okay? I want you to understand that, yes, credit repair companies do drag their feet, some of them. However, there are some who legitimately follow the correct process and try to get your results. And just because the result didn't happen when you wanted it to, does not mean that they're trying to take advantage of you. It just means that they have to go back to the drawing board and continue the process, okay? And as you can see, it's in depth. This takes time, okay? Credit repair is a long game, okay? This is not wind sprints. We're running a marathon. And if you can continue to focus on the finish line, eventually you'll get there. But it's not going to be a quick process. So again, my name is Jason White, CEO and founder of Witness Riches, the 700 Club. If you are someone who is in desperate need of credit repair and improving your credit score, my company can help you get results. Click the link associated to this video to learn more about our credit repair program, and we would love to help you on your way to the 700 Club. I'm out. Peace. Oh, yeah. Please subscribe. Now I'm out.
There are credit repair companies. Then there's Witness Riches, the 700 Club.